like Jesus.
Welcome back to another episode of 1980s Now, a weekly examination of the importance of 1980s pop culture and its influence today. Hey, my name's Will, and joining me, as always, are my friends and co-hosts, Kat and John. Hey, guys, how are you?
Hi, guys.
Hello. What was that, Kat?
I thought John disappeared. I turned away to look for something, and then when I turned back, I could not see him until this moment, until we went live.
Oh, goodness.
I thought you just took off.
Bad news, Kat. I'm here.
Yeah. You're here to stay. Hey, on this week's episode, we're going to be chatting about a number of different items from 1980s and other media related to our youths. Contemporary stories, including, for the most part, asterisk. Where's my asterisk sound here?
Oh, is that it?
Change the screen. Go here. Okay. The contemporary stories. There we go. Including New York's, you know what? And also, and I wish I could say this is the concept for the show, and then this, I mean, it is, it's what happens, but, and this probably shows that state this as their premise, but sometimes we do a story and then it makes me think about another question and that leads to another story and so on and so forth. And today is a great example of that. And so some of these things are sort of chained together, but we're going to chat about, I just read a story in the London Times about New York's longest running play, how it's also its worst, quote unquote worst. And this is a show I never heard of. And I should have, because it started in the 1980s, when I was regularly going to New York to see theater. But this leads to us chatting about Bigfoot, the musical. Cryptids are big among this group of three show hosts here, but certainly they were big in the 1980s, 1970s, appearing in shows like The Bionic Man and In Search of, and so many more pop cultural.
Actually, it's called The $6 Million Man.
Oh,
not
sorry.
The Bionic
yes,
Man.
yes. And he wasn't called Bigfoot, right? He was called something else, wasn't he? No,
He was Bigfoot.
Okay,
just Bigfoot.
All right.
But he was a cybernetic alien Bigfoot.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Cybernetic alien Bigfoot cab. They called him the cab. Hey, check this out. A group that made it big in the 1980s just won its first Grammy, and then won its second Grammy as well. I'm talking about The Cure. Won 2 Grammys this past Grammy weekend. McDonald's is bringing back another iconic 80s toy for its Happy Meal. You'll remember they did this not too long ago with a couple of other products, including the Boo Buckets. We're back. Boo Buckets were back. And they are now officially. What else? Oh, yeah. So this talking about these Happy Meals got me thinking about the first time I suspected that there was probably an 80s connection with Happy Meals in general. And boy, I wasn't wrong. Not only did they begin in 1979, but we had our very first movie tie-in of all time. It was a Happy Meal in 1980. I'm going to say 80, 79, 80. It ended in 80. And it has me questioning, raising a larger pop culture question. What happened to the Klingons?
What?
Yeah, Kat, I'm going to give you visual aids. You're going to understand what I'm talking about.
I certainly hope so.
And finally, look, the Super Bowl. I think the Super Bowl just passed, right? Let's see if this comes out on Tuesday. So, yeah. Finally, I'm saying this for Kat's benefit. And only her
Thank
benefit.
you.
Finally, the Super Bowl just passed, and why I have no idea who won or who was playing. I paid attention to the commercials, and I want to share one with you for a couple of reasons. One, because it features our actors from Jurassic Park, and possibly the best Jurassic Park, the first one, which was a fantastic movie that came out in the early 1990s. But also because they deep-faked to make them look younger. But the fact that we even have this phenomenon now in 2026 reminds me of where it all started way back in the 1980s when ads for commercials for the Super Bowl changed forever, thanks to one particular spot in 1984. All right, that's that. All right, let's say hi to some folks, and then we'll get started. Let's get the show on the road, right?
Yeah.
Who's here? Hey, Ted. Hey, Michael. Hey, Brandon. I see you wrote Brandon. Oh, hey, Brandon. Hey, Mark. There they are. Who else? Anybody else? Hey, John.
Yeah.
And anybody else who's lurking, say hello if you want us to shout you out. Otherwise,
Hey,
just sit in
Michael.
the shadows. Sit in the shadows with your pants on.
Oh.
It's terrible.
Do they have to keep their
required.
pants on?
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Cat. Yep.
Really, it just seems like an arbitrary rule.
You're right.
Yeah.
And it's
You
kind of
should
that
put that
thing.
on the thumbnail if that's what you expect of people.
Optional. Oh, if it's yes, you're right. So they know what to expect.
Pants mandatory 80s pop culture. There we go.
I love seeing people drop off based like right after certain things are said.
Is
just
that
not
what this
wonder.
show is?
Yeah.
Never mind.
No, it's that thing where if you have a hard time public speaking, you're supposed to picture the audience naked. That started in it was like the Brady
Oh.
Bunch or some show
Yes.
had that as a thing.
Yes.
So that's what it is. That's what Kat's suggesting, and I'm sure she can. I have to have the freedom to imagine that maybe they're on or off.
Jokes on them. I always imagine people naked, so I didn't have to do it public speaking.
And John is routinely Donald Ducking it. We know this before the show starts because we're like, sit down. He's always coming up with excuses to reach something on a higher shelf. I want to show you guys something. It's up here. I can hardly read. No, John, we don't need to see it.
Oopsie.
Oh, look, some more people dropped off.
I get it. Donald ducking it. That's okay.
Yes.
How many
Right,
steps?
yeah.
I get it.
There you go.
Okay. Thank you.
Good.
Well, so now you're going to run the test. Now, when you go back to like the regular show, see if anybody drops on or they just keep dropping off.
Well, they don't know.
You have
They don't.
You have to do an A/B test to make sure that's what it is.
I'm leaving it all in. But look, we're separating the wheat from the chaff. And one of those groups we want
Right.
to talk to. I don't know.
Right. Now let's discuss having your pants on as
Yes.
just for
Oh,
equal
okay.
coverage.
Yeah. I should have said there's time notes in the comment or show notes. What?
It's
There's
Mickey
time notes
Mousing
in
it.
That
You
one.
can skip to whether you want pants or not. Oh, more people are dropping off. All right, hey, let's get started.
Makes sense.
It's got
Even
to be
just having
from,
the choice of pants is
I think it's from the
disappointing
lack
to
of
some
original content.
yes,
Yeah.
lack of original pants.
Mm.
Hey, this week in 1980s news, per the London Times, New York's longest-running play may also be its most hated. Now, I never heard about this show. You guys are both theater aficionados. Kat grew up just outside of New York like I did. I don't know if you've ever heard of this. You'll have to let me know. But since 1987, it turns out a play called Perfect Crime has been running 8 times a week. Now, look, the first thing you'd think is many of the long-running shows on Broadway were there because they were fantastic, or at least revered. Like, for example, Phantom was there forever. I think Phantom's great. I love Phantom.
Mm-hmm.
Cats was also, one of the longest-running shows on Broadway, and I thought Cats is terrible. I'm sorry, just couldn't get into it. They're both written by Andrew Lloyd Webber, but I mean, that says something too. But it turns out that this show in particular, at least according to the gentleman writing for the Times and some commenters on the internet, the longevity of this particular play does not reflect its acclaim. In fact, it seems like decades of it running have not improved the production one bit. It's the lowest ranked out of 28 live shows listed on the site Show Score, where a third of the reviews give it 0, 1, or even half a star. Out of 5. Who are the half a star people? Like, what is it that had? You know what? I'd give it 0, but
If I right. However,
and I put in
nice use of color.
Yeah, they had on pants.
The wallpaper was delightful.
Yes. Anyway, some of the reviews on a Reddit thread asking what their thoughts on the show were. Were tired, on autopilot. On a TripAdvisor.
I wonder why.
What's that?
I wonder why it would seem like autopilot.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
40
and-
years, 8 times a week.
Well, yeah. Oh, I see. You're being sarcastic. Yeah,
Yes.
but you know what? You say that, but and we're going to share a really interesting thing about one of the actors. But otherwise, there's turnover in the cast, so they haven't been there necessarily.
That's
but
true.
for one person, we're going to learn.
Yeah.
I haven't been there for all of those shows. I don't know. On TripAdvisor, one user warns, "Don't waste your money," and another pleads, "Kill me now."
Whoa.
And those are on the poster. Can you imagine what they decided to keep off? Yeah. Anyway, in spite of its poor reception, the play's star, Catherine Russell, has never abandoned it. In fact, in the nearly 4 decades since the show's premiere, she's only missed 4 performances. And in fact,
ridiculous.
And they weren't even for sickness. They were like she had a wedding to go to. They were, she says she's otherwise a very healthy person.
Wow.
In fact, the London Times reports that her, quote, understudy, which is required by Actors Equity, the union, is actually only an understudy in name. She doesn't even have one.
Does she exist?
No, the understudy does not exist. Yeah.
Does not even exist.
Yeah. They don't need it. Russell, who's now 69, plays Margaret Brent, an inscrutable psychiatrist who may or may not have murdered her husband. And we don't know. And the writer of this article, a person named Ben Cowler, points out that he's not trying to avoid spoilers. He just honestly can't remember or explain, even though he had just seen the show moments before, writing this. Writing for the Times, Cowler describes it as a, quote, 4-character murder mystery involving a married couple of psychiatrists trying to get away with having murdered their chef. There's a detective on their trail making trouble along with the patient. There are gunshots and an intermission. It's a very matter-of-fact description. As far as how he would maybe further explain it, he first saw it, turns out, when he was a teen in the 2000s. He just recently watched it again prior to interviewing Russell for this piece. But he describes it further as, quote, not a whodunit, it's a what was that? Actions are taken for no evident reasons. Proclamations are made apropos of seemingly nothing. It somehow unfolds chronologically, but not sequentially.
Oh, no.
I guess I can understand how that could be. At first, I was a little confused, but yeah. So time is flowing, and if you had a clock on stage, the events are happening one after the other in the order in which they would, but they don't seem to be shared maybe in a way that makes sense, I guess, right? Like, it's
a
tough.
puzzle. Sounds like a puzzle.
That is a riddle.
Together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, he's not doing a very good job of dissuading me from seeing this play.
Yeah.
When something is universally hated and yet is still successful, it makes me go,
Yeah.
but why?
Yeah.
I'm like, and talking of phoning it in, 40 years doing that. Can you imagine, right? She did it for 5 years. Hey, it's a good run. 10 years. Oh, well, I mean, sooner or later this will be over. 15. Is this a thing I'm going to do for a long time? 20, 25, 30. She's like, this is my life. I'm just going to do this till I die. Why would you do? She can't have any other usable skills at this point. She spent better than a lifetime doing this one play. So,
yeah, it turns out because, look, she doesn't have to rehearse anymore. It's up on its feet. So she's gone maybe, 2 hours on most nights for the show, I guess. Let's add call times and getting home 3 or 4 hours. There's probably a couple of matinees, as usually is required by the, the equity. So it's maybe 8 hours, maybe a whole day's gone. She's still fine. So she had got plenty of time. And it turns out, in addition to appearing in this show 8 times a week, she also teaches English at Baruch. She teaches acting at NYU and runs the theater center.
Holy crap.
And when she's not busy with those jobs, she manages 2 other off-Broadway spaces and 2 rehearsal studios, as well as Pizzeria, a 46th Street pizza joint once owned by her late husband, Patrick Robustelli.
Whoa.
This play is not even her side hustle. It's like her fifth deep hustle. I got a lot of stuff I'm doing. And here I just said she has no other usable skills. She has a ridiculous number of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
A pizza place, a school, managing other. Gee, wow.
I'm intrigued. I feel like I want to see the what is it, 15,000 thousandths or 16,000 whatever the word is, performance. However many times it's performed, I want to be part of that number.
Just to see her.
Yes.
Yeah.
This woman. Yeah.
Yeah. Regarding her performance, Russell points out that she's, quote, magnetic. irrepressible and impossible to look away from.
Whoa.
End quote. So
There you
yeah,
go.
it doesn't seem like she's phoning it in. She still seems very present. And you're right, Kat. She's performed in the play more than 15,000 times. It's probably around 15,600, I'm guessing, or estimating at this point, maybe 15,500. And some folks have suggested, well, maybe she's just self-funding this. She's got all these other jobs. Her husband was a successful restaurateur. This is just a vanity project. She dismisses this, explaining that the reason she does it is it continues to bring her joy, saying, quote, "This makes me happy. Why should I fuck it up?"
Yes. It sounds like it's a habit now. It's just part of her daily routine.
Mhm.
She
Yeah,
would
it's a thing I
possibly
do.
feel incomplete, yes, if she didn't have this as part of her
Yeah.
day.
I mean, it does seem like, right? We talked about how when you're younger, there's these two times in your life when you're like, 2 years old, and then when you're a teen, that you're forming your identity. And we talked about how pop culture plays a role in that, imagination plays a role in that. The He-Man effect we talked about He-Man last week. But yeah, it does. And maybe look, she started this play, 69 minus what has it been? How many years? 40 years now? 50 years?
She was in her 20s.
So yeah, it seems you're right, Kat. Like maybe this is part of her identity now, right? And to leave it, regardless of all the other stuff she's doing, what would that say about herself? I don't know.
Yeah. Whew.
What if there are any age markers in the play? Like, oh, I just graduated from high school 3 years ago. And each year they go, I just graduated from high school 37 years ago.
Yeah. Or my granddaughter just graduated from high school 6 years ago. I don't know. Anyway, I had never heard about that, but you're right, John. It would be something to check out.
And just keep extending it. He's been our chef for 5 years, 12 years, 64 years. And finally we had to kill him. You know?
Yeah. He died of natural causes is the resolution of the murder.
We gave him a shot. We gave him 4 decades to get it right. Got to kill him.
Yeah. And he said, right before he went, he said, I get it.
We had a good run. We gave it a shot.
Yeah, I get it.
Wow.
Mark says, what did you guys think of the Michael trailer? What am I missing? Michael.
I'm not
I
sure.
don't know what
I
trailer
don't know
that
what that
is, Mark.
No.
Is that like a Mike Myers prequel thing or something? Michael Myers? I don't know.
Ooh. Or the video. Isn't there a video game coming up with him in it? No.
Yeah,
That's,
Yeah.
right.
that's Jay's. No, Michael Myers. Yes. Yeah. Halloween. Right.
Okay.
It's not till like next fall or something.
Okay.
That is next
November.
Halloween. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And that
Okay.
it wasn't called that, I don't think. But
Okay.
Well, speaking of Broadway plays, and per the New York Theater Guide, Bigfoot is headed off Broadway. If you ever wondered where you're going to find him, now you know
Gotcha.
where to look. Yeah.
found him.
Beginning February 11th, New York City's Center Stage 1 will transform into the neon-hued landscape of, let's see, mud dirt, where the local glow doesn't come from the sun or city lights, but from radiation. Now, I wonder if the setting is this town. It sounds something like reminded me of Toxic Avenger in this sense, that there's this dystopian town that's polluted with toxic sludge and waste. And Bigfoot, who is contrary to that, imagery behind him, is a very optimistic, lighthearted, fun-loving, rose-colored glasses type character. I wonder if maybe I'm Toxic Avengering this myself, if any of this is related to having a cryptid, or are they going to play it off that he's just another? I mean, it'd be great if he's just another inhabitant, right? They don't make any deal out of the fact that he's a Yeti.
Maybe he's just like he's an eco activist because he lives in the woods.
Yeah.
Perhaps
Oh.
he's upset over the toxic spills.
Okay, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Unrelated to my identity. That would be nice.
So this setting is for Bigfoot. It's got an exclamation point. I hope you can hear that in my voice. It's a new musical comedy that reimagines one of the most enduring figures in American folklore. While the legend of Bigfoot has spent decades as a blurry image in a forest, the musical brings the creature out of the shadows as an unlikely, lovable hero.
I am so curious about this.
Unlikely. I don't know.
Right? He's always been a hero for John.
This.
Oh,
exactly.
yes.
The project is the latest from Tony Award-nominated writer Amber Ruffin, who was a writer for Late Night with Seth Meyers. In fact, the first Black woman to write for a late-night network talk show. And she recently brought contemporary heart to her Broadway adaptation of Some Like It Hot. But for her, this is a passion project that she's been working on for over a decade.
Wow.
with co-author Kevin Soretta, who she frequently collaborates with. Kevin Soretta hails from Second City. We know that improv school troupe in Chicago that's given us so many talented folks. Anyway, they teamed up with composer David A. Schmall, who's also from Second City, to create this satirical world. It's got a bit of a political bent to it, not unlike many not unlike anything, really. But it centers on the town's deceptive mayor, who's played by Saturday Night Live alum Alex Moffat. And Moffat was member of the cast till just a couple of years ago, fairly recent alumni. But he uses the elusive Bigfoot as a convenient distraction for the townspeople. Now, per Ruffin, this is not, it's a coincidence, but a timely one, I suppose. She said, we started writing the show in 2014, and it became more relevant because of the oppressive administration we're under. Those are her words, not mine. I love it in America. Bigfoot was always a scapegoat for a crooked mayor. And it's so funny because we were like, ha, ha, ha. Isn't this funny? Can you imagine if the person in charge was really just hoodwinking everyone? Ha, ha, ha. Dang. And then it came true.
And then.
Can't imagine.
Anyway, as I mentioned, there's a contrast between this character and his environment. Which allows for a lot of the interesting how the plot to unfold. But also, according to Soretta, it's quote fun to see a monster run through places and sing songs and be joyful next to barrels of toxic waste.
It's already making me smile.
Yeah. You've been smiling this whole time.
Ultimately, they suggest this play is about redefining what we think about a quote monster. You've got this cryptid. And much like any other cryptid I try not to say judgy words about fictional fantasy. Sorry, John. This is just for you, Kat. Fantasy creatures. But fantasy can mean real. It just
do
means
not disrespect the Squatch. Come on.
I mean fantastical.
He is fantastic. Yes.
But this idea,
there you go. That works.
Look, they're not breaking any new ground here, right? This humans are the real monsters trope we've seen it so many times before.
Oh, spoiler alert.
I think that's the vibe I'm getting out of this, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure it is. Right.
We've even seen it in connection with Bigfoot with what was it, 1987, the Harry and the Hendersons, with John Lithgow and Kevin Peter Hall playing Harry, who also played the Predator. Same idea, but I don't know. I'd be interested. Hey, John, so you're going to be in New York this week, right? You're going to be doing something cool when this premieres.
In I think one more week. Yeah, mid-February. I'm going to be there, and then I'm like, could I possibly tear myself? Could I possibly squeeze it in? I don't know because I have a lot of commitments while I'm there. But wouldn't that be something? Already in town, see Bigfoot.
Oh yes, take the chance, take the opportunity.
And can people come by and see you in whatever you're doing in New York?
I'll be at Toy Fair 2026 at the Javits Center in Manhattan, and it's not open to the public. You have to be part of the press or one of the exhibitors to be there. But if you're there, I'll be there. Yeah.
What if I just showed up with like all my toys? Would they let me in?
I wouldn't do it. I knew always have toys on hand, Cat, but I don't think that's the qualification. No.
You need to get a fedora with the word press on a piece of paper.
There you go.
And,
let me in. See, I'm here to cover the show. See,
maybe sitting on someone else's shoulders with a trench coat around all of you. All right, something. Whatever. Hey, otherwise in 1980s news, as reported by Stereo Gum and everywhere else, The Cure wins their first Grammys.
Wow.
Not to be outdone, right? They set a record for Cure Grammys, and then they broke that record just a few minutes later. Mark says the Michael Jackson trailer that came out this week. I didn't see the new trailer. I really liked the first trailer.
I didn't either.
I missed that. All right. Got to check it out.
The first trailer I thought looks great. I mean, I think it's his nephew that's playing him. It just seems pretty spot on as far as
was that right?
The look and the voice, and the other actors that are seem to be pretty spot on. It's a weird thing, right? I love Michael Jackson's music.
I know.
It's just thing. I know it's going to end at a certain point. A high point of his career.
There's that mental I'm at odds, right?
I think it's going to be like what was it, the 85 Grammys when he did the Moonwalk or something like that. Dunk. Maybe it was earlier than that. The end.
Roll credits.
Nothing else happened. Nothing to see here. And he lived happily ever after.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Anyway, I am
Tricky one.
seeing the Michael Jackson Experience or something at the end of the month. It's coming as
Oh.
a tour of it because I like the
Okay.
music.
Oh,
And I
really?
think it's
Yeah, yeah.
just an impersonator doing a number of the songs, but they dance and they sing and there's a live band. So it's not lip sync. Yeah, exactly. That's it. Got it, John. Did you name another He-Man character? After 50 years of being a band, The Cure have
Jacko.
won. Yes, that's right. Or is it Jackor?
Jack. Oh.
I was trying to stay on theme with. Okay, go.
I just He-Man it up a little bit. Right? Don't they had art everything.
Well, we had Fisto, so I figured Jacko would be okay.
Yeah, you're right, Fisto.
So an O or an or, either.
Yes, you're
whatever
right.
fits best.
Eeyore.
But for those folks who are thinking, you know what? Look, I'm already over the hill. I should sit the rest of life out. I haven't accomplished much. I give you Exhibit C for The Cure. After 50 years of being in a band, they've won their first Grammys. Now this is confusing. You guys, I didn't dig far enough to understand this, but this were the Grammys that just happened, 2026. But they won for 2024's album, Song of a Lost World, which is their 14th studio LP. Their first new album in 16 years, by the way. And so that got them their best alternative music album. And then the track alone won Best Alternative Music Performance. But I don't understand. Wouldn't 2026 be for 2025 things? 2025 be for 2024?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's like
so. Yeah. Unless it was super, super, super late in 2024 and maybe there's a cutoff or something. Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Or they didn't have a whole lot for that category.
Well,
or it might not have been submitted until
Yeah.
perhaps it was soft launched or something or whoever. But there's always like those ways to we put it in this date and therefore it can qualify for whatever. But then you'd think, like you said, why wouldn't it be in 2025 Grammys? But I don't begrudge them. Good for them.
well, yeah, and actually, to your point or counterpoint, Kat, the people they beat are not anybody to be sort of looked over. Admittedly, I don't know all of these artists, but the ones I recognize are very popular folks. Bon Iver, I've heard of them. I don't know if it's a man, woman, or a band, but there you go. Haley Williams, who is the front person for Paramore. She does solo stuff too. Let's see, Tyler, the Creator. I know who they are, so there you go. So yeah, it wasn't. They had some competition, but still they won. Anyway, band leader Robert Smith and company were previously nominated for Best Alternative Music Album way back in the 1990s, in 1993 with Wish, and also in 2001 with Bloodflowers. At that point, you got to think. I think we're out of it, right? I mean, look, they're not. I don't know that any musical artists go in these things to win Grammys, so that's fine. But anyway. But so it's probably just a bonus. Anyway,
They certainly didn't need it to validate themselves as artists, right?
Yeah.
I think they're pretty well established now as Cure. They're damn good, and they're part of the pantheon of some of the greatest artists ever. And the Grammys and also this, right? It wasn't like they were waiting for this to validate themselves, because they clearly have established.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of the Rock Hall, like being nominated for that or winning for that. It's like, well, not everybody can get in there, and people are very well established and successful without that.
Yeah, exactly. Now, sadly, the band couldn't be in attendance due to the funeral of their recently passed bandmate, Perry Belmonte. I'm going to say I don't know how to pronounce Perry's last name. I'll say Perry from now on, so as not to continue to say it incorrectly by error. In the 1980s, Perry's younger brother, Daryl, worked as a tour manager for The Cure and Depeche Mode. This led Perry to becoming a part of the road crew in 1984, and eventually becoming a guitar technician and personal assistant to Smith. This is one of those, hey, kids, keep your nose down, or nose to the grindstone, your head down, working, because when their keyboardist, Roger O'Donnell, left The Cure in 1990, Perry was promoted to a full member of the band, playing keyboards and guitar. I mean,
Wow.
right? You're a fan, you work for them as a roadie, and then you're actually on stage for, He his tenure with the band ended in 2005 when the lineup was slimmed down, but then he joined it back again and has played with them since. including their when they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame back in 2019. Let's see. Oh, and he was touring them recently with their Show of the Lost World concerts. There you go. Yeah, sadly, yeah, he was only 65.
Oh.
Boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's scary.
I know, right? Start doing that math. Do not do the math, John.
No.
Stay present. Stay present. Right over here.
Yes.
Right here. Right here.
Oh, you got him.
I'm locked in.
Karen says, I love Bon Iver. And Love Song is my favorite Cure song. I heard it at the dentist this morning. Oh, yeah. It's fairly ubiquitous, right? If you got the like an 80s or New Wave channel on or something.
Yep.
Brandon says, I can't believe the Cure hasn't won until now. I know. It's funny, right? As I'm reading this article, I'm like, I don't think the world got it right. I think the reporters are wrong. I've got to Google it. Oh, really?
Oh.
And they weren't nominated until the 90s was their first one. But yeah, that's it. All right. Oh, and hey, just as a side thing, I think this is interesting. This is one of those segue, non sequiturs, but there is a sequitur, a tangent. Thanks to this year's Grammys, Steven Spielberg, the legendary filmmaker, is officially a member of the EGOT Club. Folks who have won Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. You win all four. It's a fairly limited number of folks, fairly finite number.
Yeah.
He won this Grammy because the award he won was for Best Music Film. So Best Music Film for his work as a video producer on Music by John Williams, which was a 2024 Disney Plus documentary that honored the 70-year-long career of the famed composer who's worked with Spielberg on a number of films. Isn't this kind of a cheat? I mean, I didn't watch the documentary, but did he basically win because John Williams' music was used in the documentary? Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yes, I do follow.
I do follow you. First, 2024, there's another connection in 2024. So apparently that stuff flows over in the 2026 awards. So, so perhaps it was released in 2024 and its impact was in 2025. And the awards clearly aren't for 2026 because it happens, the second month or first month of 2026. So
yeah,
there's that. But then also, I don't think it's a cheat.
Okay.
No.
I mean, if he did the work and the work was recognized as being significant in the world of other musical productions, now, he wouldn't have done it on his own, clearly. He was part of a team that did it, right? So it was a directing team. But, I mean, come on. Give it to him. It's like The Cure. Just give it to him. By now, can he just ask for a Grammy and get one? Really? Are you Steven Spielberg? Sure, you can get one.
Yes. He probably could have bought his way to a Grammy by now, but
sure.
I don't know. Right? I mean, the music has to be John Williams' music. There's a documentary. They didn't use some other person to score it, I would think.
Oh, no. I would hope not.
This documentary has fantastic music.
Well, to your point, you got me thinking. So think of the Oscars, right? So the Oscars are traditionally recognizing film and actors, but it also recognizes screenplays and costumes and special effects and things that are not the actual craft that go on screen, or they're supporting to the craft that goes on screen that you're supporting probably in the Oscars. So if the Grammys wants to recognize people that did work on significant musical things, now there's a line probably. Caterer for what, maybe not, but I can see there are supporting jobs within musical productions that can be recognized and are legitimate. So yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and actually, you make me think. Maybe I even got the category wrong. Maybe it's best. What was it? Best film music or something like that. Maybe it's like best film that's about music. So maybe he was running against, like Let It Be, the Beatles documentary or something like that.
Sure,
so maybe I was thinking he won because of the music used in the film. But maybe it's about a film that's about. I got to look into that before I guess completely. Yeah. I just want to leave my options open because Spielberg may need a person who's exactly like me for a film one day, and I don't want to be the guy who is shitting on his Grammy.
Oh yeah, no, don't set that up.
Stephen at the door.
Oh gosh, oh no. And John got the part instead. They needed a believable podcaster.
Because I defended him, and you were on him about he shouldn't have a Grammy. That's ridiculous.
So it's for best.
I'm Team Steven.
It's for best music film.
Okay, so the film is related to music. Then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Film related to music.
All right. Well, then I see. To John's point, there's an analog in Oscars because the producers are the ones who win for Best Picture. You know?
Yeah. And you get best score, which is all about music, but in the
Right.
movies, which I mean, integral part 2 again. So yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's not clear cut black and white. There's supporting things in music that deserve Grammys. So
Yeah.
well earned.
All right, cool. Hey, another 1980s news. As reported by ABC, McDonald's is bringing back a popular Happy Meal toy from the 1980s. Once again, McDonald's has gone into the archives to bring back one of the most iconic menu.
We thought it was a game
Both John and I are like, what? You said once again?
because you're like,
Have
once
you guys,
again, McDonald's is bringing it back.
It's time to play.
oh, my poor friends. I feel like I got you guys shell shocked now.
You can't
You hear-
toy with our emotions like this.
Like if you're out in the wild and you hear someone say that,
Say once again.
It's time to play.
Kind of like you just like wet your pants immediately.
Not wearing pants. That's my
Well,
that's my trick.
That's smart. That's right.
And I only do that when I see Darth Vader come off an elevator.
I wet the pants of the guy standing next to me.
Hey, yeah.
Sorry.
You
No
do,
pants.
yeah.
No pants.
Sorry. Someone said time to play. My bad.
Who is this guy who scarred you? No, once again, McDonald's is not. We're not playing any games this guys. You guys can relax. I should tell you at the top of the show. No games this game. No show. No games this show.
Okay,
We are
I can
not
relax.
playing games.
Okay. No, McDonald's has gone back into its
Not playing.
archives to bring back another one of its iconic menu items from the 1980s.
What is it?
Again, this is making me think about the He-Man effect, right? They're bookending. They seared into our brains in the 80s, in the 70s, 80s. Their brand, and look, we learned about what is it called, the reminiscence bump. Now we're over 40. We
Yep.
crave and remember and have strong connections to those things way back when. That's why we start collecting. Oh, McDonald's. What do they got working for them? Psychologists. Anyway, this time it's the Changeables Happy Meal. John, do you remember the Changeables Happy Meal?
No.
Is it something you're looking for when you're at toy fairs and flea
No.
markets?
Not by the name. No, I don't recognize it.
There is one in my house. It is in my basement somewhere. I didn't have time to look for it.
Not in
before we
reach,
recorded.
Cat.
No, it's
Off
not
your
within
game.
reach.
Wow,
That's what I was looking for in the beginning. It's somewhere in the basement. It's a little French fry. It looks like a little plastic French fry.
Yeah.
You know, with the cardboard, the red cardboard.
The food transformers? Is that what they are?
Yes.
Oh, I
yes.
do know them, just not by name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They're similar to Transformers because they can switch between a McDonald's food item, like Kat's suggesting, and a robot character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, the new lineup includes characters Cap, Teef, these names are so dumb, Teef Rex, Furgon, FR13S, which looks like fries.
Fries, yeah.
I'm going to say Gala. There's a payoff to the naming it
It's
Gala.
ridiculous.
Gala, it's got two L's. Vash and Drinkobius 999. Or when you turn it upside down, it's 666.
Aha!
But they're
Till they
updated
get
versions of the original robot and dinosaur designs, first made available in 1987, 1989, and 1990. The toys, which are going to be made up of 16 collectible characters, include trading cards with each toy, complete with a fun fact and a catchphrase. I think I'm getting this right. I see Gala. What did I say? Gala. Okay, Gala. It has to be Gala for this to work.
Okay.
Gala's biography includes, quote, Gala was once the apple on a teacher's desk. Okay. Gala turns into a bag of apple slices. Gala's catchphrase, according to McDonald's, is, this is their catchphrase: Gala load of these apples.
Oh, like a gala apple? Like
I
maybe
thought it was
Like
kind of-
get a
like-
load, gala.
Yeah, it's like, get a load of these apples.
Yeah.
Or like, how do
yeah.
you like them apples? That's the way I read it. Gala load of these apples. It's
Gala
written like
load
a
of these-
sentence.
Huh.
I don't
But-
know, it's just so dumb.
But they're trying to incorporate the name of the apple or
Never, ever in the 80s would we have had transforming apple slices. Ever.
and we wouldn't have chosen them. It's
No.
every time.
No. You got your fries, you got your shake, you got your Big Mac.
And before they became apple slices, we got cookies.
Oh,
And the cookies, yeah.
Yes.
Or they
Even
try to
McDonald
be-
Land animal, they're like animal crackers, basically, right? The McDonald Land cookies, weren't they? Maybe they were in the shapes, but they were a little sweeter, I guess. But yeah.
I don't remember what they looked like. Yeah.
Kind of, yeah, like animal crackery, shortbready kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At some point, they tried to make it healthier by having apples.
Look at apple slices transform into. So they start as apple slices and turn into what?
An
Or are they
apple.
something and they transform into apple slices?
It's
you just cut it up.
yeah.
It's
It's
a toy that comes with a knife.
That's every mom in the '80s, right? Who either can't get to the McDonald's or can't afford it. You want your changeable apple? Get over here. Look at this.
Here's your toy. I got an apple. I got a knife. There you go. Transform.
Ammo. I wanted to change back. Look in the toilet later, you little bastard.
Here's a rubber band.
Yeah. All right. Some crazy clothes.
That's one apple again.
Yeah. I told you not to eat it a second time. Honey, we're going to the hospital. Raising an idiot here. Now, you'll recall that in 2022, the fast food giant brought back the popular Halloween Boo Buckets that also originated in the 1980s. And last fall, they also reintroduced the controversial Monopoly game, which began in 1987, which was once a staple of the company until fraud was discovered, this long-running fraud.
I won something in the most recent Monopoly.
Oh, no kidding. What'd you get?
I mean, just like small fries or something.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
basically, you can always win. So it wasn't anything monumental. But they did have, which is really nice now, they had an app. So once you found something, you scanned it, and it would it'd help you keep track of what you had. Because before you'd get a sheet of paper, like a placemat, and you'd tape them onto the Monopoly board around there and try to keep track of what you had. So the app was nice. And actually, once you scanned it, it counted as, because they were one scan and done. You couldn't, like someone else didn't scan it. So when you scanned it, it expired the piece. So you didn't have to keep the piece. I just had it in my app and I went, free fries, yo. And they're like, yeah, there you go.
It's probably not surprising that the guy that's pro AI would have a different opinion about these pieces than the guy who's anti AI. I like the pieces.
You'd want to lick and stick them.
I'm really
The
surprised.
piece was still there. You could just scan it and make it go away.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked having the board. I liked how someone
Did
would
you?
close the door and they'd fly everywhere, and you'd have to start all over again. And then you'd be short one of the ones. You're like, I had Park Place. I had it. We were so close.
So speaking of McDonald's Monopoly fraud,
Yes.
Oh,
when I was in high school, we had several friends who worked at McDonald's.
Oh.
And often we'd come through the drive-thru and we'd order our food and get 2 bags. 1 bag of food.
oh.
1 bag of Monopoly pieces.
Wow.
They would take like 2 handfuls because there was no purchase necessary. So they had to keep on hand because a lot of them were attached to the fries or attached to the drink. And so there was this illusion that, if you will buy more stuff, you're going to get more chances, which was true.
Right.
But if you just wanted a chance, you could walk up and go, I would like a piece.
Really?
I had to give you one. So they had them in a box and they would just like 2 fistfuls and go, there you go.
Wow.
Enjoy.
Oh my gosh.
I never thought about that. Yeah, okay, that's a good loophole there. That would still have to be true today, although I don't know how they do it with the app. So the deal is you can't charge for something like that. Otherwise, it's considered a lottery. Lotteries are regulated by states, so you need a license and permission. So if you charge people for an entry to a contest, that's considered an illegal lottery.
Good
Right.
point.
There's some exceptions, like, your local church can charge for bingo boards and stuff like that. There's some exceptions, but yeah, I wonder how the app, I go in there with my app. I'm not buying shit. I want my piece.
In the app, there was a once a day you could go and touch this button. And it
Okay.
was but you don't believe it, right? You're like, oh, I got a chance.
Yeah.
Sure I did, right?
Crappy
Because
ones, yeah.
But despite getting all those, I would probably, I don't know, what's a fistful of those little, it's probably 20 or 30 in a
Yeah, that's
fistful.
a
So
good
probably
amount.
50 or 60 in a bag. Still never won anything significant. A lot of food, a lot of drinks, a lot of shakes.
A lot of free food.
But Yeah, a lot of free food, but I couldn't even get Mediterranean and Baltic. I mean, nothing.
Well, they were rare. They were rare. Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, that whole fraud was about these guys getting their hands on, the most prized, the most rare.
Right. And they chose the winners. Yeah. It's a great documentary out there.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So thinking about that had me thinking about, as I mentioned earlier, just wondering if there's any other further connections between Happy Meals, just generally speaking, in the 1980s, in addition to the fact that these changeables first started there, and the Blue Buckets and Monopoly and all these things. And it turns out that, yes, Happy Meals were first introduced nationally in June of 1979 after they did some tests in various places throughout the country. At that time, they featured a circus wagon-themed box and included a circus train as the toy.
Mm-hmm.
But just a few months later, the kids' meal was branded by its first movie tie-in. That is to Star Trek, the motion picture.
Really? Wow.
Between December of 1979 and February of 1980, McDonald's offered 5 different Happy Meal boxes based on the first big screen adaptation of Captain Kirk and the crew. Oh, let's see. No, that's not right. Based on the first big screen something. Appearance. Let's say appearance. Based on the first big screen appearance of Captain Kirk and the crew of the Enterprise. John, you're nodding your head. Do you remember this? Or is this one of those things later in life you thought,
Yeah. I remember Star Trek, the Emotionless Picture came out, and McDonald's. Now, of course, at the time I didn't know it was the first movie tie-in or whatever. I've since learned that. But yeah, because we didn't really go to McDonald's that much when that happened, but I remember the ads. I remember it happening. And then later, I remember at conventions being able to get and collect and see the toys and stuff. Yeah. And they're stupid. They're horrible. They're barely Star Trek. They're just like Star Trek sticker on it, like much of the Star Trek marketing was prior to that.
Yeah. The kids could expect one of the following toys depending on which of the 5 different cartons you got. Star Trek rings. So in one box, you could get a total of 4 Star Trek rings, one for Kirk, Spock, one that was the Starfleet insignia, and one that was the Enterprise. Alternatively, you could get Star Trek glitter iron-ons. There were 4 of those: Kirk, McCoy, Spock, and Ilia. Is Ilia the bald lady?
That's right, Ilia.
You could instead, maybe you got the Star Trek Starfleet game. Game is probably used real loosely. I mean, I don't know what that would have been.
Right. Use pennies for pieces.
Right. Yeah. A little piece of paper.
Rock, paper, scissors to see how far you move.
You could have also received instead the Star Trek navigation bracelet. And finally, which sounds like the coolest one to me, is the Star Trek video communicator, which was was a plastic device that could scroll 5 comic strips, 8 panels each, different chapters from what they said was the quote saga of the USS Enterprise. That actually sounds kind of cool.
But you notice what they don't have: the things you want, an Enterprise, a phaser.
Right.
You know what? Give me the things from the show that I love. Here are rings with stickers on them that say Kirk and McCoy. Here's a comic slideshow to put on your wrist. It's odd that they hadn't figured out how about toys that you see on the show? Wouldn't that be awesome?
Well, I wonder even so. Look, John, we know you are a big fan of Star Trek today, and you have been, at least as I know, for several years now, because I've seen some photographic proof. Were you as big a fan, or a big fan even, in 1980 when this film came out, or when these toys were available?
No. So I was forced to watch Star Trek by my older brother because he's 10 years older than me. And so I was basically I was clockwork oranged into watching Star Trek. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, look, I realized I hate it less as time goes on until ultimately.
Oh my gosh.
So by the mid 80s, I was really, really enjoying it. So that's why I wasn't collecting the toys as a kid, right? In 80, but I could have, but they were just toys. But by the time Next Generation came around in 87, I then had about 7 or 8 years of really enjoying it. So it wasn't really until 87 that I really kicked off my Star Trek fandom.
Got it.
Yeah, I wonder who this was for, because as you pointed out, the first film was, it made money, but it was pretty much a dud.
Yeah,
it was like they took what was going to be a pilot of a return to the show Phase 2, I think it was called Star Trek Phase 2, and they turned it into a film. It's pretty boring, and but anyway. But it's not anything that kids would have been excited about. Adults weren't excited about it. So the fact that they even had this as the first Happy Meal tie-in is kind of surprising to me.
It is surprising to me.
And I wonder how much this also, what is this here? Oh, okay. How much this also confounded people. I do have one of the 2 commercials that aired promoting this Happy Meal at the time.
Oh,
Wow, McDonald! For you parents who don't speak Klingonese, he's saying, people of Earth, unite and bring your kids to McDonald's for a Star Trek meal. That's a regular hamburger, fries, soft drink, a McDonald and cookie sampler, and a Star Trek prize. Oh, yes, 5 different boxes based on Star Trek the Motion Picture. Action scenes, jokes, games. He says, take it from a father who knows. His kids love him. McDonald's Star Trek meal available for your kids now.
Oh, Kat,
Wonderful.
I just thought what the first question should be, for John.
oh, the
Was
first
that
question.
guy really speaking Klingon?
Yes. And also, I swear I heard him say, yum, yum.
There's some
Can I
words that
not?
don't have a direct translation, like most languages.
So I can answer that because there really wasn't a Klingon language until Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. The guttural sounds spoken by Klingons in the motion picture were suggested and dreamed up by Jimmy Doohan, who played Scotty,
Oh, of course.
because he also had to voice Klingons in the animated series, so he had a feel for kind of what they might sound like. So he suggested some some guttural noises.
Yeah.
There wasn't an official language until Wrath of Khan,
Or he was just speaking Scottish.
or
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah, James Doohan was a man of many voices, and
Yes.
he wasn't Scottish. He didn't actually have a Scottish accent. He did
Oh.
50. He did the voices for 50 different characters across the 22 episodes of the animated series.
Wow.
That's right.
Yeah, including filling in for actors that they couldn't get back. Right.
Yep.
Oh
But,
my gosh.
So look, the original, as I was mentioning about kids, the original series goes off. It ends in '69. Now we know it continues in syndication. That's when a lot of us saw it. Probably when your brother was able to show it to you was because it was in reruns throughout the 1970s, and the growing popularity of the show due to that led to the animated series, which ran in the beginning of the 1970s. So by the time the movie comes out in 1979, you know, they've got fans that are exposed to this TV show. You know, there's not that, what was it? 3 seasons, really 2 seasons of watchable television. And they have a certain association with the Klingons. The Klingons even made an appearance in the cartoon, as John mentioned, at least 2 times. When they see this, what the heck are they thinking? They may not even have seen the movie yet. The movie came out in December, and this promo ran from December to February. So, look, I found one contemporaneous observation about this Klingon phenomenon. Because, Kat, as I'm going to show you in a moment, if you don't recall, the Klingons look very different in this commercial versus how they did on the original series. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, do you think this was an attempt for them or by them to try to jump on the Star Wars excitement bandwagon to somehow just ride the coattails of that popularity of the toys from Star Wars? And
You
do you know what I'm?
You mean like to
Yeah,
kind of
that's it.
alien it up a little bit? Is that what you're saying? To make them look more
Yeah.
foreign, more
Yeah.
Mos Eisley-ish? Maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, the fact that the movie even came back is, yes, right? We had a booming science fiction
yeah.
properties or whatever. We had we had a
And
lot of
even though-
science fiction TV shows and movies come out after the success of Star Wars. So
Yeah, and even though kids didn't really have a connection to Star Trek, but
Oh, I
there was
see.
a lot of popularity with the toys from Star Wars,
Right.
and so was this a gesture towards let's get on something that kids love to buy all the time and try to drum things up a
Right.
little, I guess.
that's a
Yeah.
good point. Yeah, it could be.
Could be one of the reasons. Yeah.
So as I mentioned, I found this contemporaneous observation from a Star Trek expert, Leslie Thompson, who, writing in the winter 1980 issue of Trek, which was a fan-published magazine, Leslie Thompson wrote the following about the Klingons' facelift. Quote, change for the sake of change is not progress by any stretch of the imagination. The new look of the Klingons is an affront to Star Trek fans, especially since we're supposed to sit back and accept it without any explanation of why it would be so, nor any real justification for it. I'm going to show you Kat here, and then we'll ask John. What happened? Our resident expert should be able to explain this. So, well, first of all, why is that blank?
Oh,
it's weird. Showing up on our preview thing.
Looks like outer space.
All right, that's weird. Oh, there we go. Try it again.
I see it. Yep.
So here is a Klingon from the motion picture.
Okay.
A few years later, he's going to be cleaned up a little bit when we see as Worf when we see them again.
Cleaned up.
But now, John, first of all, when I look at this, if you told me that this was Anson Mount in makeup, I would believe you. Right?
Oh.
Doesn't that kind of look like Anson Mount?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
It's made up. But so, Kat, here you go.
But it's not though. I think it was.
Oh my gosh.
Who the actor was that actually played him?
Yeah, I mean, clearly it wasn't. I mean, I know.
Anson Mount was.
But I mean,
he was like 12 years old or something. Yeah. So on the left we have an iconic Klingon from the 1960 series. In the middle here we have Worf. As I mentioned, they started making them a little more likable looking. I imagine because look, this is not Klingons as we knew them, even portrayed a decade earlier. And then finally we have the Klingons as they appeared in Star Trek Discovery, a show which first premiered in 2017. These are all Klingons, John.
I know.
What the hell happened?
I can tell you. I can't. Well, hold on.
You can? Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay. Now I can explain it. Well, first, obviously, they changed. There's two reasons. They changed because new productions want to do something new with Klingons and do something more interesting. That's the cop-out answer. Okay. But Star Trek has fixed it. They have addressed it mostly. So when the Klingons were envisioned for the original series, they were first seen in Errand of Mercy, and I think they only appeared in 11 episodes of the original 69. So they were prevalent, but they would show up more frequently than the Romulans, who were supposed to be the big bad because the makeup was easier. It was just basically grease paint, to make them darker. But the idea was the Federation was it's a post-scarcity world and everybody gets along and money's not a thing and you do what you want and there's no hunger or there's no famine, there's no racism, whatever, right? It's just aliens now is against. So they needed an adversary. And so they modeled the adversary after what they thought was the antithesis of that, which was communist China. So you get kind of the slightly racist Fu Manchu thing, and the upswept eyebrows kind of suggesting like, oh, is that saying the way people look and make them more Asian looking? And of course, that didn't age well, of course. That was very insensitive. But the series are like your play. The series are sequential, but not chronological, right? Because you have this series, then the next gen, then Enterprise is before the original series, and then Discovery is between a couple, right? So you have all that. So they actually went back in Star Trek: The Next Generation. They had, Deep Space Nine. They had an episode called Trials and Tribulations, where they go back to the trouble with tribbles.
Oh, I love that episode. Yes.
Right?
And they edit them into it. Yeah.
Worf is sitting there and they're like, the Klingons ordered this drink. And they're like looking at Worf like, those are Klingons? And Worf says, they are Klingons. We do not speak about it with outsiders. So even then they said there's a reason.
But they didn't explain it in that episode.
Not yet.
Though, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
But then when Enterprise came along, which was a prequel to the original series, they had a two-parter, Affliction and Divergence. During that, they explained that a virus afflicted the Klingon Empire. So the way Worf looks is normal Klingon. That's correct. The way this mythology works now. There was a virus created because some genetic engineering and gene splicing was used with leftover embryos from the United Federation of Planets Earth eugenics wars to try to make super soldier Klingons, and basically the human stuff affected them and made them lose their Klingonness. They lost their ridges, they looked more human, and they hated it because that was their identity. And so the explanation is, look, we're working on a cure. We could do cosmetic fixes for now. It'll get better later. So the Klingons we saw in the original series are some of the what would you call them? Like a subspecies of Klingons that are afflicted by this virus.
Ah.
And then later in Next Gen, we're past that, and they don't speak about it because it's like if you were human and you caught a virus and it made you look like a giraffe. You're like, that's terrible. I don't want to look like a giraffe. The neck is stupid. The legs are stupid. The spots are stupid. If you could look at least like some human again, you would do it as opposed to looking like a giraffe, right? So even when they were weird, like in the motion picture and stuff, it was because they were trying to get back genetically to the way Klingons are supposed to look. And so the gradual adjustment.
Huh.
And then you get to Discovery, and they just did it again. Let's do a redesign because they could,
right?
Which is just crazy. But the explanation is at least they are ridged. There is, so the assumption there that the retconning that we do for our own headcanon is that the Klingons we see there are pre-motion picture and pre the original series, but post-Enterprise. So this is them on their way to getting back to looking like Worf looks.
Got it. Wow.
Okay. Getting down off of my transporter soapbox. There we go. Normal hat. There we go.
Wait, I see your other hat because I couldn't.
It just says Starfleet.
Perfect. Okay.
In the comments, Marcus says.
But then we have the contrast from Mark Beer. He says, "Look how happy John is geeking out over Star Trek. Love it."
Yeah.
You ask, you got an answer.
Well, look, I'm glad I know. I never knew, and I forgot that Discovery was a prequel, so that really confused me.
And now Will is like, now can you do it in 30 seconds I don't have to edit all that?
Yeah. Oh, no, I wasn't even recording, John.
Oh, okay. That's good.
No. We'll record the next story.
So look, the short version of that is obviously it changed over time because production wanted to do something new and interesting. Like Het said, let's make them more alien-y like Star Wars. Let's do something fun because we can now. Even Michael Dorn's makeup in Next Generation evolved over the course because initially he was not the chief of security. He was just a guy on the bridge. But when Denise Crosby left in season 1 and he was promoted to chief of security, he became more prominent. And so his makeup got more, because initially they were reusing his headpiece. And then they're like, well, this guy's on close-ups and every day. And so it got more intricate and it got more bold and more quality. So, but again, that's just the practical reason. And there wasn't a good reason in canon, but they kind of fixed it with Enterprise. Even with Discovery being the outlier, you can follow the potential like genetic thing with the virus. They even called it the Archer virus because Captain Archer of Enterprise was, and Captain and Dr. Phlox worked on the curing them, helping them, making it less prominent, whatever. So,
okay,
wow.
Yeah.
All right, hey everybody,
have been schooled.
Yeah, no kidding. I had no idea about it. I just like most people watching this show, like whatever. I don't know. There's an explanation. Do I need to know?
She'll figure it
really,
out.
in my mind, I was like, well, look, in the '60s they couldn't do this. Now they can. So that
Right.
It was great when Worf was like, "We do not speak about it with outsiders."
Yeah,
People were like, "Fantastic, that's enough.
Yeah,
Good, it's private. Private Klingon stuff. Don't ask." Right?
And that was good.
But
enough
then
for me. That's all I remember.
Yeah, sure.
Ted says, unlike many Trekkies, unlike many Trekkies, I really like the motion picture. It did well at the box office. I think it made like triple its budget. So,
yeah, I like it better in hindsight. Didn't care for it at the time. Of course, I wasn't a huge Trek fan at the time, but even when I first watched it, it's. You said, Will, right? Riffing off of Kat's suggestion about the character design that, they were kind of. Star Wars is a big deal. Let's bring back Star Trek, which is exactly true. That's why they did it. That's why they said not a TV show. Let's do a movie like Star Wars did. But it didn't have any of the swashbuckling or any of the, it was all navel gazing and let's stare out the front window and, here's the beauty shots of the Enterprise and play some Star Trek porn music while we go around it 4 times with all the light shining on it. It was all just spectacle and not so much action and excitement. So that's why I think. And then Star Trek 2 fixed all that, by God.
Ooh.
Figured it out. Yeah.
I saw that.
Regarding Unchangeables, Karen says, I think my brother got ours. The 80s were my heyday with Happy Meals, and I remember the Changeables very fondly. They reminded me of, regarding the cookies, they reminded me of Barnum's Animal Crackers. Okay, so
I was thinking that.
Mm-hmm. Brandon says, I won $50 through Monopoly as a teen. Used it
Nice.
to rent WrestleMania 12 on pay-per-view to see the Ultimate Warrior's return.
Oh my gosh, perfect.
It was expensive
Ronald McDonald
back then.
paid for your wrestling.
Yeah. Wow. You think about the prices of Netflix and these things going up all the time and renting the film. Oh, I'm not going to pay $25 to buy, whatever this movie that just came out. But yeah, $50, it was a one and done thing. Now, of course, you're recording it so you can watch it again.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the idea was they thought, look, you're going to have 5 friends over, you're going to charge them all $10.
Right.
But nobody
Yes.
was doing that. Well, I guess some people were doing it. Oh, yeah, I heard about this. Mark says it looks like they found an additional 160-minute cut or an 160-minute cut of Gremlins. It's about 50 minutes extra. Hopefully they'll release it, although it's a perfect movie to me the way it is. So yeah, the story behind that is there's a guy who has it's like the Gremlins Museum, and he's become friendly with a number of the folks that worked on there, including Joe Dante, who is the director and creator of Gremlins. And so there was been always this long rumor about this longer cut. And they sent it to him. They said, here, we had this in storage. Here's the tape of it or the reels. And I don't remember the gentleman's name, but he took it to a local place. He said, like, the best place he knows that are going to digitize it. And he's like hoping it comes out well. And then, that he's able to figure out a way that he can, with their permission, share it. Yeah. So maybe we'll get to see it. Mark wants to know if, John, you refer to yourself as a Trekkie or a Trekker.
I'm not offended by either, but I usually call myself a Trekkie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there is some folks consider one derogatory.
Just like nerd and dork used to be purely derogatory, and then people just embraced it and became, I think Trekkie was like that, and then when nerds got a little more empowered and found out that they're going to be important in the new world order of computers and smarts,
Yeah,
I think we all just kind of embraced it. It's like, good, call me a Trekkie. That's fine. You're not one, so you wish you were. Yeah. But Trekkie was more derogatory, and people would correct you. Excuse me, I'm a Trekker. Doesn't bother me. You don't want, yeah.
That's silly. All right, hey. Wild Thing says Trek was not my thing, but still better than Dallas. Yeah. As a kid, I never cared for any of those late night.
No.
I'm assuming he doesn't mean the city or the football team. But yeah,
Good point.
yeah. God, I didn't like any.
Yep.
We were just too young, I guess, for those late nights.
Or the Fifth Element character. Any of those.
Yeah. Or let's see, did they
Multipass.
have no, they didn't have a Dallas in. I was thinking of Buckaroo Banzai. No, they didn't.
Oh.
All right, yeah. All right, hey, finally, in 1980s news, this past weekend, Kat, they had a Super Bowl. I don't know which teams played. I can say that right now, honestly, at this very moment, and I probably may never know. So therefore, I can say to you honestly, I don't know who won. But I can tell you about some of the commercials, including one I'm going to share with you in just a moment. Actually, I'll share it with you now. So this is what got me kicked off on this. As I mentioned at the outset, they're revisiting Jurassic Park. So look, we just got a new Jurassic Park movie. It was called Rebirth. It came out last summer. I got to say, I'm a fan of it. It was, hearkening back to the original film. In fact, it was shot on film. As much as they could do practically, they did.
Wow.
Which was, enhanced with computer effects that you won't question. Oftentimes I'm like, come on. No, seamless. They pretty much got it down in this film. And the story and the characters felt very much like a Jurassic Park movie to me. I got a little bit of criticism from some folks for different aspects that I don't need to go into because I don't think you need to. Just go and watch it. It's a popcorn movie. You can watch it at home with some popcorn. Be fun. Anyway, but so everything old is new again, including Jurassic Park, which again came out in the early 1990s. Here is the ad that they're going to be running during the Super Bowl. We got a sneak peek at it. Take a look.
Ooh.
Oops. I got to take this thing off first.
There they are again. Yum, yum.
And this happens. Then I got to do this. All right, here we go, for real.
What'd I touch? You don't touch anything. We're stopped.
Fences are failing all over the park. John, I can't get Jurassic Park back online without...
Whoa, this place is awesome. By the way, you should have plugged this in.
I think we're back in business. Guys, that could have been bad.
So we're good. Well, this is going to be a lovely weekend. How did you do this?
I'll show you.
That soft scrub made me feel 33 years younger.
Oh my gosh.
Are you getting good signal out here?
Oh, thank you, Grace. Yes, Wi-Fi finds a way.
I'll take it. My arms are longer. Do the roar again.
That is one big pile of shrimp.
Mr. Hammond, after careful consideration, I've decided to happily endorse your park.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
A
gosh.
whole new species of Wi-Fi at the same
There's
price
a little
for
tag
5
at the end.
years.
Hey, little guy.
Oh.
Nope.
How any normal
Only
person would
Nedry had thought of
react.
that.
Yes. I mean,
That's
it's
brilliant.
Great. It's fun. I think a little bit of the de-aging is a little, a little what's the word? Not wonky. Wonky's not the right word, but it's something that's meaning not good.
Yes.
But a lot of it is great, and it's it's clever.
I love the overt acknowledgement. The scrub made me feel 33 years younger. Just exactly
Yes.
that number.
Yes, yes, yes. And reusing some of the lines from the original film is pretty fun.
It's gonna be
Anyway,
a great weekend. That's wonderful.
So look, thinking about the spectacle that is commercials, Super Bowl commercials today, I had a thought, just a hunch, that I bet you there was some connection, some strong connection to what we have today to the 1980s. Because, look, guys, you're going to get sick of me saying it maybe, but everything is, right? Look, we had pop culture media certainly long before there, but so many advances in science, technology, pop culture happened, and advances maybe not the right word. When we think about things in terms of pop culture, but changes that shifted things for years after that, including, it turns out, commercials during the sporting event. Because 43 years ago, so I'm talking about right before the moment I'm going to talk about, long before a Grammy Award-winning Puerto Rican artist headlining the Super Bowl was considered un-American somehow for some reason, because people don't know Puerto Rico's part of America.
Right.
The ultimate NFL contest wasn't such a big deal. In fact, if you were one of the 24 million people who watched the first Super Bowl from the comfort of your own home, you would be seeing halftime commercials from the likes of Goodyear, McDonald's, and Tang, each of whom would have paid a reported $38,000 for the 30 seconds slot. Today, that'd be about $350,000, which is still really cheap relative to what it costs. This, however, all changed in 1984. When tuning into the Super Bowl that Sunday, you saw a procession of stern men marching through a tunnel. And no, it wasn't the Los Angeles Raiders who would beat the Redskins. They were called the Redskins then, 38-9. I know who played that game. I don't know who played the one that we just had. But no, instead, what you saw was the most important Super Bowl commercial of all time. Let's take a look.
Today we celebrate the first glorious anniversary of the Information Purification Directives. We have created, for the first time in all history, a garden of pure ideology, where each worker may bloom, secure from the pests, obeying contradictory thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
Is more powerful a weapon than any fleet or army on earth. We are one people. One will, one resolve, one cause. Our enemies shall talk themselves to death, and we will bury them with their own confusion. We shall prevail.
On January 24th, Apple Computer will introduce Macintosh. And you'll see why 1984 won't be like 1984.
Huh.
You guys remember that ad when it ran?
Nope.
I don't know if I remember it when it ran, but people were quickly talking about it, and I saw it within a couple of weeks after someone who taped the Super Bowl. I got to see it.
Yeah, same
Everybody was
here.
talking about it.
Yeah, I didn't watch the Super Bowl then. There wasn't reason to watch the Super Bowl for the commercials back then. That is until this commercial aired. We're talking about Apple's iconic Macintosh advert, simply called 1984 and based on George Orwell's novel of the same time, a book that I think we all read in high school, right? I mean, it was a requirement for us in our schools.
Mm-hmm.
And much like the book, it featured a Big Brother type figure addressing hordes of subjects from a giant screen and a woman who escapes riot police to smash that screen with a hammer.
I thought you were going to say escaped Hooters.
Oh,
John, that's perfect.
Well, she's got the white tank, the orange shorts, the attributes.
That explains my fascination with her. I could not take my eyes off of them.
Is that why you yelled, oh,
yes.
Oh, yeah.
I was reminded how I don't think the sports bra was invented till after the 1980s. I don't know if that's true or not, but yes, you're right, John. Yes, a woman could. This reminds me in law school. You know, there was a generally you can't fire people for a great number of things, but there were actual lawsuits to determine whether or not you could not hire somebody if they didn't meet certain standards to work at a Hooters, for example.
Oh,
so we have case law. I think it made it all the way up to the Supreme Court. Certainly, some high district court to determine that yes, in fact, you can for a place like that, which is one of the job requirements. Anyway,
right.
I don't know.
Right. It'd be like you can't be Mickey Mouse if you're 7 foot tall. I mean, it's just like there are certain physical attributes you need to do certain jobs when the job is the physical attribution. So
yes.
Yeah, right. So the commercial look, it's very dreary. It portrays an America that looks like it's being oppressed by some leader, something unlike we could ever know. Because I love it here. It's fantastic here, America right now. But it's perhaps no surprise that the commercial was so cinematic, given it was directed by Ridley Scott, the creator of two of the greatest, my opinion, two of the greatest sci-fi films of all time, Alien and Blade Runner, which, he was still basking in the glorious success of those. Blade Runner had just come out in 82 and Alien at the end of the 80s. But folks may not know that the director actually started his career in advertising. So combine those two skills together and you get this groundbreaking commercial. Now, look, it may be disingenuous. We may be taking it too far to suggest that 1984 is the sole reason for the contemporary big budget Super Bowl adverts. But there is a noticeable before and after effect around the iconic commercial. What's that?
I think you're spot on. I don't think it's too much of a reach.
Okay.
There was, I know you're getting there. It's like there was everything before that. And they're like, oh, we hadn't considered that. How many people are watching this? This is a really, really good platform to do something special.
Yeah.
And and within a few years, then the prices were going up, but then you started seeing like, oh, did you see that? Like they weren't all spectacles, but you started seeing there were a few notable, like, oh, the crazy Pepsi commercial. They premiere it for the Super Bowl. Like it's definitely had the effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was cinematic, that commercial.
Oh,
I wasn't in tune with all of the Super Bowl ads, but I'm imagining maybe they were just sort of more commercially rather than the big feel.
Yeah.
That is a lot of intensity.
Raise your
in that
hand.
thing.
Raise your hands if you're sure.
Yeah, and I don't know if others had lasted a minute long. That was a full minute.
Yeah.
But according to David Stubley, who's an expert of this, we're just opining here. He's a sports marketing expert and author of Game Changers and Rainmakers, How Sports Became Big Business. He told CNN Sport that, quote, advertising before that time was either cheesy, I'm really having a hard time enunciating today. It might be the full glass of wine I just chugged right before I came.
Maybe. Yeah. That
Sure.
you might want to
Cheesy,
come back.
personality driven, or what I would describe as transactional. Here it is. Do you want it? Is how he explains it. Continuing, he says, quote, what this ad did, it basically said, forget everything that's happened in the past. And the only way to do that is to smash that hammer through that big screen, end quote.
Yeah.
Following the commercial's premiere, Apple sold $150 million worth of computers in just 100 days.
Whoa.
Whereas the ad cost about $500,000. Other companies, as a result, were left scrambling, trying to recreate the success. Now, part of that formula required money, but as we're talking about here, I guess just to point out as an aside, 10 years after that commercial aired in the mid 90s, the cost for a 30-second commercial now doubled. Today, to get that same spot, you'd be paying around $8 million.
Mm-hmm.
But in addition to just spending, buku bucks on getting your advert in front of all those people, the landscape changed with regard to the creativity as well. Companies started borrowing stylistically from the way Apple approached the task. Now, more than 40 years later, it's hard not to see the ripples of 1984. Big-time directors are routinely add Super Bowl to their resume, with the likes of Martin Scorsese, David Fincher, and Zack Snyder all contributing commercials in recent years. In fact, many halftime commercials are now mini movies in themselves. Whereas again, pre 1984, we didn't have that. And not just, starring in that commercial, you didn't recognize a single person except maybe that lady that served you lunch that day. You've got A-list actors, storylines, even teaser trailers for the commercial. We got teasers for the teasers.
And even sometimes multi-part commercials. Like there'll be a commercial and then a few breaks later, there's the next chapter of that commercial. They'll have callbacks to it. And that's.
Yeah. And as if to bring it full circle, last year, as fans watched Kendrick Lamar perform in the halftime show, it was accompanied by a small Apple logo in the bottom right-hand corner, a privilege the tech giant paid $50 million for. They're doing okay now since the 1980s.
You're right.
So look, if you find yourself remembering, discussing with your friends or family after the Super Bowl, hey, did you see that commercial? Remember how it all started back in 1984.
Whoa.
They did it.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, that's the show. Wake up, Marcus.
Oh, yeah? Oh, that's right. He fell asleep some time ago. Well, this show is brought to you thanks in part to our early adopters like Rick Parker and Karen Flieger.
Oh, yeah. Those guys. Yeah.
I'm sure they're awake. Much like most of our secret of our success level Patreon
Wait,
supporters.
that they're awake?
Yes, not sleeping through the show.
Okay. Yeah.
And so we'd like to especially thank Brandon Greer, maybe Marcus Taylor, Matt Marino, Vincent Ferrari, and John Henderson.
Yeah. Hey, guys, thank you so very much for helping support this show week after week. We couldn't do it without you. We wouldn't do it without you. We would fold up. We would. But thank goodness we don't have to raise as much money as Apple. Or we can. No, know what? Scratch that. We need to do a Super Bowl ad. Maybe it's too late this year. But
That'd really help listenership. Yeah.
Yes. And to get there, we need the help of you who's listening right now, who's not on this list. We want to name you too. So go over to the Patreon. Go over to patreon.com/1980s now to find out how you can give us $1. Look, we just need a few million of you, and we're all set on next year's Super Bowl advert. I don't know what's going to be in it yet, but that someone that looks like that woman, I can guarantee you right now.
Oh my!
Is going to be running. Maybe she'll be running towards me, and I'll have open arms in slow motion.
Hey, we have a feedback or something from a listener patron.
Okay.
Lucy again. She was listening to the current episode of the podcast, and she says, I did not expect for 2 of my regular podcasts to be both talking about edging this week.
Oh.
And yet here we are.
Wait a second. All right. Now we get, okay. Now look, we weren't really talking about it. I was talking about being on the edge of my seat.
That's right.
That's what I understand edging to be.
We suggested Edgeor would be responsible for
That's right, John. Edgeor was the right one. Hey, we need to find out now. What was this other podcast? Not that I want to listen, but I'm just curious.
I can tell you. She told me.
Oh, very good.
It's called the Handsome Podcast.
Okay.
No.
What is it about? Do you know?
I don't.
Is it
it's about Will.
Aw.
It's a fan cast.
Yeah, the fans are imagining I'm handsome.
And edging, apparently.
I think it's an ASMR podcast.
Well, they were just talking about the fact that Will said it, of course, because he's handsome and he can come up.
Can you believe this guy?
Very meta. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm a person and I have a script. Can you believe this guy Will, who says he's handsome? No, I cannot. Have you seen that guy? I'd say he has a face for radio, but now people on the radio show their faces.
Ooh.
Well, yeah, cool. I want to know the minute mark, Lucy, so we can find out. A few comments before we go here. Ted says, I'm a Trekkie for life.
Nice.
Also found the with regard to the Jurassic Park commercial, Ted says it was hilarious. The de-aging was bonkers.
Oh.
Yes, it was bonkers.
Yes.
Karen says, I always thought she was someone from the Olympics. Oh, yeah. I mean, the way she throws that hammer, it is like a shot put or something, right?
Yeah. Well, there's a hammer throw is another Olympic thing.
Hammer
But, I mean,
throw. Right,
but it's not a sledgehammer, of course, but there is a hammer throw event.
Yes.
Yeah. And you swing around to throw it. So
that's right. And to say hammer doesn't do it justice. Yeah, it is like a hammer that you throw in the Olympics. It's not the one I have over here from hanging pictures in the studio.
Slightly different.
You're right, Karen. I'd be curious. We could probably track that down.
And to your point, I think that at the time, I equated her to be an Olympic athlete too. You know, the way she was dressed and the way she was spinning to throw the hammer and everything. I thought that too. But now I watch it, and I'm just like,
Right now, no.
ranch or blue cheese is the next question. Really.
Yes, you're right. When you first saw it as a young person, I don't know that I would have known what a Hooters was. That's our next thing we have to look at. They'll start in the 80s.
Oh.
Was there a Hooters? When did it come out?
Yeah, I don't know. It's true. Probably the 80s. I'm guarantee you there was a turn there in the 80s.
Very
Sounds
likely.
like something we do.
That'll be just an episode with you and me on it, John.
Okay.
So we could be ourselves, pantsless.
Oh, somehow you're not
look up.
yourselves when I'm around?
You
I thought you
look
were
up.
more yourselves when I was around.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Oh, when you're around? Oh, cat. Oh, cat. My sweet cat.
I guess not.
Cat. You have no idea what we talk about.
And that's probably a good thing.
Ted says, John for the win. He ain't wrong about the Hooters outfit.
Right. See there?
And Brandon says, not 80s related, but the cutest thing I've ever seen is the Volkswagen Darth Vader commercial at the superb Super Bowl about 15 years ago. Huh.
It was a little kid using the Force, and somebody had the remote control, making him think he was doing popping the hatch and starting it and all that. And he's like, "Wow, it's working!" Yeah, that was very cute.
That was adorable. That's right. All right, hey, what did you think about the Super Bowl that already happened? Let us know, and we'll talk about that.
Let me know, because I don't know who won either.
She's getting in on it now, John. All right, hey, we will talk to you next time on 1980s Now.
Until next time.
Kapla.
Oh yeah. That's what they say, right? That's
the thing they say. You're right.
Yes.
That's something that someone says. Makes
Yes.
sounds
Yes.
Mouth.
It's Klingon for success. Victory.
Klingon, yes.
Yes.
John, what is your most coveted Star Trek memorabilia, collectible, gadget, toy, movie, T-shirt?
I have a lot of autographs in a binder from going to conventions. I really enjoy the autographs that I got on action figures, like carded action figures, which are quite nice. I have a DeForest Kelley who's since passed away. I have a Mark Leonard, who's, by the way, who I think was the Klingon in the motion picture. Mark Leonard, who also played Sarek, Spock's father.
Right.
He did a lot of different characters in Star Trek, but really the things I most treasure are the things I still have. Like I have some old T-shirts that are threadbare that I got at conventions. It used to be because you got pictures of whoever was at the show on the shirt, right?
Oh, yeah.
They'd have a shirt just for that show, and it was like a thing you'd always get. So I have a box of those up in the attic, I love that I still have those. So it's actually the memories of the fandom more so than like a prop or an autograph, probably.
Yeah, that's one thing we didn't mention. That's one of the things that led to the reemergence of Star Trek was the fan conventions that began I think, in the early 70s.
Yeah. Well, the first thing that saved it was it was going to be canceled after season 2 was over, and Bijou Trimble and her husband spearheaded the write-in campaign that just overwhelmed Paramount or CBS at the time. Right? It was like, well, Jesus, I guess we'll do more.
Yeah.
So, but it was kind of a partial third season. So.
Wow.
Yeah. And you're totally right about the Phase 2 stuff. They were planning a series called Phase 2, and some of those things. In fact, you can map stuff from. They also used Phase 2 for the Next Generation, so you can map like Will Decker is very much a Riker character, and Ilea is very much the emotional whatever is very much a Betazoid. Like they mapped those characters they kind of had planned for Phase 2, and in fact, 4 or 5 of the early scripts of the Next Generation are Phase 2 scripts. They just rewrote.
That's really cool. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? No.
More than
Nobody?
enough.
More than plenty. All right. Hey guys, we will talk to you next week. All the best.
Thank you. See you.
Thank you for joining us.